Hello everyone, I'm Ellie from GoHen.com, the UK's #1 hen party planning company, and welcome back to the Bride Squad pod. I'm of course joined by the lovely Steph.
Hey, hey.
So this week's episode is exciting. It's going to be about all the kind of like stressful, chaotic dramas that you may experience when planning your Hen Do. I've been off ill for a couple of weeks, so that's why I sound like this. But It's going to be a good episode. I'm excited. Hen parties are meant to be like great fun and they're meant to be amazing, but they can go off the rails sometimes. So we're going to kind of look at some like stress busting tips, ways to prepare for that, and ways to cope with it, I guess. Yeah. So don't forget that we'd love to hear from you, all your stories, anything really, anything you want to tell us, to be honest with you. But you can contact us at bridesquadpod@groupia.com, or you can DM us on socials. We're around. We'd love to hear from you, and we may feature you in an upcoming episode. We have a new segment this week, the Hen Do Court, so send us in your dilemmas. And
so excited.
I'm so excited. She's so excited, she popped her mic. So we may just put you on trial. And for our lovely listeners this week, we're giving you £50 off if you use the code BrideSquadPod when inquiring with us. So get your inquiries in. We're ready. Let's go. Okay, so today we're driving, whatever you want, into some of the biggest Hen Do disasters. So some controversial situations are going to come up as well, and some different things that we're going to talk about. So it's like kind of, we want to cover off the absolute chaos that can unfold and then prepare our beautiful brides for that and give them some contingency plans, really.
Yeah, it's the best way forward. I mean, there's just so much to think about. There's always like accommodation dramas, not everyone's happy with it, or room sharing or whatever it might be. Then just generally friendship falling out. Like the amount of brides and hens or whoever come to us and say, I'm really sorry I've fallen out with this person, but oh gosh, you're all supposed to be the closest of the close for this little gathering. So, anyway, I was going off on a tangent, but yes, all of those dramas and how to avoid that.
Yeah, basically it's prevention and what to do when they do occur. Because, I mean, we've had, like, you have to roll with some disasters. There's going to be something that goes wrong, and that's okay. Yeah. As long as you're prepared.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, you just need to be prepared.
Just be ready for it. Okay, I mean, first up, this one is quite brutal. But imagine that you've booked like the most gorgeous Airbnb or hen party house for your group, and you think this is like the perfect thing. It's got the pool, it's got the jacuzzi, it's got the sauna, it's got all of the amazing beds and the decor, and you're just really excited. So you and the squad all get ready, you turn up, you get to the door, the Airbnb host greets you and goes, sorry, we don't actually allow hen parties.
Sorry, what?
What do you do?
Nah.
It's already been paid, you're just stuck there with your bags, stranded. What do you do?
I don't actually know. I would shed many, many tears. I was about to say I'm not a dramatic person. That was a total lie.
That's total lie. Didn't you study drama?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, I am a dramatic person, but I like to think in those types of situations I can be relatively calm. That situation, I'm not sure I would want to be calm.
No.
The problem is I also can't deal with conflict, so I wouldn't want to be the one debating with
you'd send me in.
Yes.
You'd send me in and then hide behind.
Yeah, perfect. And then you'd be like, someone say this. No, say this. Thank you.
I mean, in that, I think that the best thing to do is, rather than panic, is to like have a discussion with the Airbnb owner. You know, it may be that like, why don't they allow hen parties? Because realistically, you're not going to wreck the place. No. You know, it's never your intention. It's never your intention to damage things. It may be that they may want to take like a damage deposit.
That's really normal though as well.
Totally normal, but they may want to take a little extra.
Yeah.
Because you're a hen party, in which case that's fine. But there's always got to be a middle ground of negotiation, because only the most heartless Airbnb host in the world would kick you out on the street like that.
Just turf you out. And then if you've had, I don't know, other things booked in either at the property or even in the city, but you've got nowhere to stay and you've travelled, that would be my worst nightmare. That's horrific.
That is horrific, and I think there's always going to be a middle ground. So the first thing is to kind of approach it with the Airbnb owner and calmly, or the property owner, and be like, right, okay, well, is there a solution? Could we give you, X amount more in your behaviour bond, or even if they don't charge one, put one down, so that you can deduct from it if there's any damage, or is there certain policies that you'd like? So we'll make sure that we don't use any confetti or balloons,
or noise regulations past sort of 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, whatever it might be, and just checking that your activities that you potentially hired to go there are okay. So maybe a private chef coming at 6 o'clock will be absolutely fine, but if you've hired a full-blown DJ set, then that might be an issue and you might have to compromise on that, I guess.
I would say so. And I mean, I get that as well. But I mean, it depends on the location as well. Some city centre locations are just kind of fine with noise because they're used to it.
Yeah.
But more rural areas tend to be a bit...
Depends if they've got neighbours. That's what I think.
Yeah, because you don't... I mean, it must be hard living next to a party house every weekend. So
yeah. But we understand.
I get it. Yeah, we understand. But I would say otherwise, the best thing to do to preempt this or prevent this totally is... One, most properties will tell you in their Airbnb listing if they don't allow hen parties or parties. So make sure that you keep an eye out for that. Some will tell you that as well, but don't mean it. They mean they don't want rowdy hen parties. They don't want house parties.
And they don't want a raving house party, and that's what they're trying to get
and that's what they're trying to get across. But with a well-behaved set of hens, they normally might compromise. So message the owner.
Yeah.
Message the owner and discuss it with them beforehand. Just be like, right, we are a hen party. This is our age range. This is what we plan on doing. Yeah. You know, either we're going to be in for most of the weekend and we're going to be doing this, or we're going to be out for most of the weekend, in which case it's just a base. So, and then I would say that's the best way to prevent it totally, is just be transparent about the fact that you are, like, you do, the problem here is that you do get people booking as hen parties into properties that say specifically no hen or stag parties.
Yeah.
Thinking they won't notice, and then...
They got major issues when they turn up.
Yeah. And you don't want to do that. So, you know, it may be the most amazing property of your dreams, but if they say no, they say no. It's their right.
Another way to prevent it, I don't know, is book through a company like us. Hey,
GoHen.com. Exactly.
We, you know, go through all of our properties and we speak to them all, and we only onboard people that are happy to accept hen parties. So if you want to really be sure, that's probably the key. Shameless plug.
I would say so as well, because, well, we vet them for you. People know the nature of our group, so they know, you know, it's hard. It's not exactly, you know, something that you can hide when you're called GoHen.com. So it's pretty obvious what we do. It's pretty obvious what the partnership is going to be. And a lot of our properties, well, in fact, all of our properties are happy with hens. Some of them do have slight restrictions in terms of noise, etc., but that is normally set by the council rather than the actual property owners.
Yeah, and we're clear about that up front though. So if you're looking at properties and you're like, this one's beautiful, and then you just see, oh, okay, there is a noise restriction at this time, then maybe book to go out into town at that time. Like, you know, we never have major issues like that, really.
No.
And yeah, someone asked for a behavioural one, like we mentioned earlier, and that's really, really normal in this day and age. Even hotels are asking for it now.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's just part of it. But as long as you're sensible, you'll get that refunded. So it's fine.
Exactly. So yeah, I would say for the perfect peace of mind, pick a company where you know that you're okay as a hen party, and you know you're okay to do what you need to do, and you're going to be accepted, because nobody wants to turn up and be turned away. That's mental.
Exactly. And if not, just build a rapport with that property manager, whoever it is, just from the off-go, and then be honest and shut off. From the off-go.
From the off.
Oh.
From the get-go.
Oh.
From the off?
From the off, from the get-go.
I like from the off-go. Okay, time for a quick break, but don't go anywhere, because we're going to have the Hen Do court. I'm so excited. And if you like this, we're going to get gavels, so
you better like it.
Yeah, you better like mild threat.
I'm excited.
Hi everyone, just a quick one to say that the Bride Squad pod is brought to you by GoHen.com, the UK's leading hen party planners. If you or anyone you know is planning a hen do for 2025 or beyond, myself, Steph, and the rest of the team are ready and raring to help. Not only do we have the best activities, accommodation and nightlife options in the UK and Europe, we also promise to take all the stress and boring admin off your plate so you can focus on the fun stuff, like the theme. Head to our website today for all the hottest inspo, tips and tricks that you need, and get in touch with us soon. Okay, now let's get back to the pod. So, order in the court. Today, we are launching our first Hen Do court case. So, we are going to keep this as a regular segment, I think. Essentially, we're going to take what you've written into us and we're going to deliver a verdict. So, yeah. Shall we get into it? Are you ready to hear?
I'm so ready. Let's go.
Okay. So, case number 1. The bridesmaid who ghosted. Are you ready?
Yes.
One of our lovely listeners has written this in. So, she wishes to remain anonymous for obvious reasons.
Valid.
Hey ladies, I need your help because my Hen Do group is completely divided over this. One of my bridesmaids, let's call her Sarah, was all in for the Hen Do. She helped plan it, agreed to everything, and paid her share up front. Flights, hotel, activities, everything. But then, 2 weeks before the hen, she suddenly dropped out. No explanation, no apology, just a text saying she couldn't come anymore. We later found out she went on a weekend away with her boyfriend instead.
I know.
Wait. Oh. That's not the worst bit. Now.
What?
here's the drama. She's messaged me saying she wants her money back for everything she paid for because, and I quote, she didn't use any of it. But the thing is, the rest of us still had to pay the full amount. Her hotel room was non-refundable, her activities were already booked, and we had to cover some of her share so it didn't ruin things for the group. Some of the girls think we should give her at least some money back to keep the peace, but others, including me, feel like she's taking the piss. I mean, she made the choice not to come, right? What do you think? Does she deserve a refund or not?
No. That's my immediate reaction. No, hon.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really tricky one because I understand where people are saying, like, is there even any of her money to give back? That's the thing. Because
it's probably all spent that close to the event.
Exactly. And I mean, if there is none of the money to give back, then there's nothing that she can have back. I mean, 2 weeks before is absolutely savage. And then to find out that you went away with your boyfriend for the weekend.
I think that's the crux for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, fair enough if something traumatic happened. Like, she dropped off and didn't reply to anyone. Like, that would be worrying for me as a friend. Why isn't she replying all of a sudden? So if something devastating did happen, then I'll be more lenient and I think there would be a more open discussion.
I'd be much more compassionate,
yeah. But I feel like going away with your boyfriend instead when you have known about this
for ages and you paid for it.
But wait, was it the fact that she's booked to go at the same time? Was that the thing?
Well, I think...
Or did she go away and then spend a load of money so now she can't go on it?
No, I think she's booked to go on the same weekend with her boyfriend.
Nah. You've known about this for ages.
Yeah.
It's been in your diary. It's not been penciled in. It has been in there for a long time. You've paid.
Yeah, exactly. And if he booked it as a surprise, then you need better communication in your relationship there. Yeah. Or he better have well proposed, at least. Jeez. Anything to make that worthwhile. But there is no way, like, to me, that it's like, if you didn't go, you didn't go.
Yeah.
You dropped out. Like, you paid it. Like they said, the hotel room's not refundable, the flights are not refundable. Like,
what's she expecting?
Yeah, what's she expecting? The rest of the group, for her not to go and then go and away with her boyfriend for the weekend, which is letting her friend down, and 2, for then every hen to pay out a little bit of money towards paying her back. No,
and they're probably already, like I said, already paying for like her shortfall. But oh no, she paid in full. But anywho, no, it.
They still said they had to pay extra for stuff. They only imagine that things, on the day there, when you've got an odd number and things are split between an odd number of people, or you've got something that wasn't paid for up front, that was paid on arrival, they're all going to have to cover the rest of the cost with it. So
there was minimum numbers with any of them, like there had to be a certain amount of you going.
What a nightmare! I genuinely no. Okay, I mean
that's an easy one for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's me too. I think
ready.
Ready?
I want a gavel. Thank you.
No refunds, no mercy.
No refunds, no mercy.
Sack her off.
Come on.
Yeah. Do better.
Come on.
Remember girl code.
Yes. Always.
Okay, Steph. Let's get practical for our lovely, lovely listeners here. So, what are the biggest Hen Do drama triggers and how can you prevent them?
Okay. So I guess the first one is just group drama.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah.
So
the umbrella term.
The umbrella term of group drama. I guess it's just like the solution is essentially just to make sure everything's like really clearly communicated at the beginning. You've got group chats with all of the information in. I would probably say one group chat. I am guilty of having many group chats. So
you
have one group chat and put all of the information for that Hen Do in there. You could also have on WhatsApp, I think you can just set only the admins can actually post in there. So you've got like your key.
Can you?
Yeah, I know. Oh
my god, that's so useful.
It's really useful.
I'm going to block you all out of the group chat.
So
Work it out. It'll just be me talking to myself.
Have a great time. So I think I've gotten back on my thing already, but you might have 2 chats. You might have one which is you might have one which is admin only, and you can post.
No,
please. No, this is a good idea. You have one chat where you have just the admins, and they post what is happening, what the decisions have been made, the prices of everything. That is there. Then you have another group chat where you can discuss.
Yeah, actually, to be fair, I quite like that. And I mean, then you've got like kind of budget battles. They're always something that is non-negotiable in terms of setting a budget for your group, because that transparency is important from the offset, especially that when people are trying to budget in their year. So anything like is trying to make people aware of any upcoming expenses, and when you're booking, you'll be like, right, this is the price, but it is based on this many people committing. So if anyone drops out, we're gonna. you know.
Yeah, and just make sure they know everything. Because we sometimes find with people, it's just not communicated to the group. So we deal with like one lead organizer. All the information goes to them. And then sometimes they just don't pass it on to the rest of the people. And we get phone calls from the rest of the group saying, I didn't know about this. But it is tricky if like everything is being communicated to one person, so that person does just need to be really on it with communicating to their group every step of the way.
And be completely transparent. I mean, the good thing is with things like budgets and when you book through a company like us is that we handle those payments for you, so you can kind of keep an eye on what people are paying towards, and they can pay in little bits and dribs and drabs, so you have it all there to kind of handle. Whereas if you're just getting dribs and drabs into your bank account, it's a nightmare.
I'll be like, oh my gosh, I've got money, let's have a takeout. Like, I'll just forget about it. I couldn't do that.
I'll be like, oh look, Zara's having a sale.
I've got money, let's go.
Look at me, I'm richer than I thought this month.
I just would totally forget. That's something I would do.
So would I. Did I get a pay rise? Lovely. Pay off my credit card.
I'm going gripped with my finance method.
I really should have more of a handle on that, but that's fine. I'm just a girl. What do you want me to do?
Exactly.
And I think as well, there's other kind of drama triggers. So you have, like, everybody has that one friend, it's normally me, that, actually no, I'm pretty good at it now, but it used to be me that would overdo it a little bit on a night out and be the sloppy. I'm much better now that I've reached my 30s. I'm less like
that's good.
of a liability.
I think I'm probably still a little bit there, but less so than I was. But
I'm more emotionally stable.
So,
I mean, there's definitely an element of keeping an eye on that person.
Yeah, there's always one person in a group that is probably going to take it too far.
Yeah, and it's normally like, it's not really genuinely like they intend to take it that far. It's normally like they either can't drink a lot or they don't drink very often, so therefore
trying to keep up with people or whatever it might be.
Yeah, so it's kind of like being aware of that as an organizer, because obviously you want your bride to go off and have like do whatever the hell she wants to do, but being aware of that as an organizer, that like if there is somebody that's a bit more of a lightweight or a little bit more that isn't able to handle their alcohol as well as the others, and you don't want to be looking after them, maybe it's like we'll just loosen it up on the shots a little bit. Or
it's tricky because part of me's like, oh, it's not your job to manage them. If you're all adults going on this, you should all know. However, I think it's just about keeping an eye on everyone as the lead organizer. I would probably advise, I mean, you want to have a good time and I want, like, let loose, but as a lead organizer you probably want to take a slightly step back of how much you would normally let loose to drink.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, because you've just got to be aware of everything that's going on and making sure you can get everyone home and things like that. And
I'm sorry, Marcy, you're in mum mode.
Yeah,
you have to be in those nights,
which is a bit rubbish because you want to have a great time and you've organised it all, so you can have. Obviously, I'm not saying you have to drink. Wait, what? You need to drink to have a good time. Other way around.
I'm not saying you need to drink to have a good time.
Thank you.
Is what she's saying, but yeah, like for all like intents and purposes, go off and do your thing. But you, as the maid of honour, you are kind of responsible in that. This is part of your duty.
Yeah,
is to just kind of keep an eye on things.
Yeah, and make sure everyone's happy.
Yeah, make sure everyone gets home.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I would say the other thing is, I think not overpacking your schedule.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's good advice.
Yeah, because some people just want to do like everything, and they have it planned down to like military time, down to the last minute, and you're not allowing any space for like a little bit of downtime for people, because
it's so exhausting.
Hen
Do's are exhausting.
Yeah, and it's like I just want maybe 10 minutes to like
just chill,
decompress a minute. And two, you're setting yourself on such a tight schedule that if anything gets delayed by any reason, you're going to knock the whole day out. So allow like a buffer. You need a buffer,
especially for things like meals. If there's 18 of you going out for a 2-course meal and you've only allowed for an hour and a half, it's just not going to work.
No.
You need to allow a little bit longer than you think every single time.
Yeah, and you also have to think about like the different types of people that you've got there. Like if you're bringing like the mothers or grandmothers, like they may need a break in the day. So either I would say don't pack it like military schedule, but also if you're going to book stuff, allow people to opt out of certain things if they need to.
Definitely.
Because it's just it can be overwhelming for some people, and some people are more introverted than others, so it's about looking after them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like with a really packed schedule, it sometimes works okay when you're a group of 5 or 6. You can fit in more. If you've got a group of 15, 16, you're going to fit in less. You've got to try and get everyone out the door at the same time. You've got to get everyone from one venue to the other, whether that's taxis, walking. It becomes that much harder. So that's why, another reason why you can't just pack it as much when you've got larger groups.
And everyone knows, like, as soon as the cocktails come out, all timekeeping just goes out the window.
Exactly. You're like, oh, it's fine. We've got loads of time to get to our next venue. There you are, 5 minutes to go. And like, oh, oops, we've still got the bill.
Or you're like, oh, it's only 4 o'clock, and then suddenly it's 12, and you're like, what?
Did we miss something?
I don't know what happened anymore. And again, with packing your schedule like that, be smart about it. Let's not put like bottomless brunch before a dance class, because people are just not going to engage. Like, by that point, they're going to be, first of all, health and safety, but secondly, they're going to be like in drinking mode, in partying mode. They're not going to be in like, let's do a structured dance class now.
Yeah, no. But like bottomless brunch, then life drawing. I think that's funny. That makes and it, you know, takes off the tension.
Yeah.
Tension? Yeah, like the awkwardness. Well, not
tension.
No, awkwardness. Awkwardness.
Yes.
Of the class.
There's no tension.
No.
Okay, Steph, it's time to like test your disaster prepping skills. How ready are you for the apocalypse?
What?
No,
ready at all?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's going to be your disaster prep skills. So I'm going to give you some questions, and you're going to rate them 1 to 5. 1 being like, I'm not ready at all, send help.
Oh gosh.
And 5 being like, totally ready, bring it on, I'll smash that out of the park.
Okay.
You ready?
I flipped my head then. I thought this is going to be fine, and then I went, oh my gosh, no. Carry on. Yes.
Are you on a 1 to 5? Are you ready for this?
About a 3, and that's as good as we're
great.
Get.
That's about as good as we're gonna get. Okay, ready. If someone forgets their ID and can't get into a venue, how do you plan? Do you have a plan for what to do next? How prepared are you for that?
Maybe a 3.
Yeah.
Because it depends what venue it is. If it's just a nightclub,
and
if we've bought like a drinks package and we've spent £300 or £400 on a drinks package, I'll be like, okay, well, you need to get a taxi back and get your ID, or whatever it might be. Figure that kind of contingency. If it's just, we were going to try this place anyway and we can't get in, we'll just try another place or do something else or go back to the accommodation. Yeah, 3.
Yeah,
options.
I mean, I remember we had a disaster when it was, I can't remember whose home party it was. Or maybe, it was just a weekend away, girls' weekend away. And we got like halfway up the motorway and Katie was like, I don't think I've got my ID. And I was like, Katie, we're gonna need that.
Oh no.
And she was like, I don't think I've got it. And then we turned all the way back, drove back.
She had it.
Got there and she had it in her bag the whole time.
No. See, that's the thing that you check before you drive back. How did she... You're on the motorway, you would have had to go to the services and everything. You would have had to do a full...
Yeah, I feel like we were like an hour away or something. We got out of Britain. I can't remember. But it was, we had to turn back and get it, and then all of us were just like, that's so typical of her. Classic Katie. Like, no, it didn't really bother anyone, but it was just like, of course.
Yeah, that's fair. Of course it happened.
There's always going to be one, isn't there?
Yeah, that's true. Sorry, I would actually like to change my answer. I said a 3, but then I said no negatives. So I actually think I'm a solid 5 for that.
Yeah,
one.
I was going to say you're a solid 5. Yeah, okay, fine. Fine, I'll allow it.
Thank you.
Okay, on a scale of chill to absolute meltdown, how would you handle an activity being cancelled last minute?
Okay, that's a 3. Is it a 2?
It's a 1.
Is it a 1?
Yeah, Steph, you will not handle that well.
No, I think I would. I think doing this job now I would. Yeah. I think I would just be more understanding of the situation depending on what it was.
Yeah, it depends on the reason, doesn't
It totally depends on reasoning and what the reason is why we can't do something, why something was cancelled. Yeah. Like, I don't know, if it was a life drawing class and the model couldn't turn up because there was an accident on the motorway and they just can't get in, or like whatever it might be, that's not their fault. I'll be like, okay, like, I get it. That really, really sucks because now we've just got a gap, but I think we could manage it. It depends on the situation.
Do you remember that group that we had where the cocktail mixologist got into like a almost fatal crash and couldn't turn up, but obviously the venue didn't know, and then the group were kicking off.
Mental.
Even though they were told that he was in like a near fatal crash and he'd gone to hospital, they were like, it's not acceptable.
They
She's like,
tried another alternative.
What do you mean? This guy nearly died.
Like, that is the epitome of like, this is totally out of our control.
Yeah.
And like, oh my gosh. Like, I was like, okay, should I send him flowers? What should no. Come on. Yeah, it depends on the reasoning and what the situation is. So like, what did I say? 2? 3?
Yeah.
2. I think I'm still a solid 2.
You
I think I would have an initial panic and then I think I would calm down and be like, oh, okay.
I think you'd be disappointed more than anything.
Yeah. Disappointed, not angry.
Okay, if there's tension in the group, are you confident on your ability to keep the peace?
Oh my gosh, no. 1. I'm useless with conflict. Why is there any tension? No. No, because I gave advice earlier. I think the problem is I'm very good at giving advice. Taking advice is a different question.
Yeah.
Answer. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're panicking already.
Exactly.
Just at the question.
I've got clammy hands thinking about my friends having fallout. No. 1.
That's so cute.
Stressful.
Couldn't cope.
I just couldn't
couldn't cope. Okay, what's your reaction if you're surprised with an activity you're not a fan of? Would you roll with it or have a full panic?
Oh, like 5. I'd fully roll with it.
Yeah, you would. I don't think I could find anything that you were not really a fan of that you wouldn't go into like with gusto.
Yeah, no. I feel like there's things that I would prefer to do over others, but I can't think of an activity or a thing that I would be like, absolutely no, I'm not doing it.
There is
I
genuinely
actually can't think of one.
Anything that I could ask you, and I'd be like, Steph, we're gonna go paint bananas, and you'd be like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, I say yes and then ask questions much later.
Yeah,
I probably should have done.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah,
this makes us a good duo, though.
True.
Speaking of like disasters, we have an update on your ring.
Oh, I got it back.
Yay!
It's very shiny.
They
got it cleaned at the same time, and I was like, I didn't realise I was that gross. It's so shiny.
Yeah, they get so good. Be careful. Be careful with it now.
Somehow won't do my house renovations wearing this ring anymore.
No. It's adorable though. Yay! Okay, well that's it for this week with the Bride Squad pod. I hope you're feeling more prepared about how to plan for any and all dramas that come up. Hopefully you feel more prepared. I mean...
Yeah, I can't tell if I helped or not, but you did. You definitely did.
Well,
I backtracked on a few answers. But I think overall, helpful.
Overall helpful. I'll give ourselves a solid 7 out of 10 then.
Yeah,
for advice.
So. Yeah. take with a pinch of salt. No.
Yeah.
And if you have any hilarious Hen Do stories, or you need any advice, or just anything that you want to chat to us about, really, don't really mind. Just want to hear from you. Email us at bridesquadpod@groupia.com.
Maybe we'll put you in the hen court.
Yes. We love the hen court. Please we want to make this a thing, so you need to help us with that.
Yeah, and if you don't do email, just DM us on socials. We're around.
Yeah.
And don't forget to subscribe to us, like, comment, put the little notification bell, whatever you want to do. We have so much fun doing this, so anything that you guys want, we're open to suggestions. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess thank you.
Perfect. And the other thing is that just a reminder that you get £50 off booking with us when you use the code BrideSquadPod.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so thanks for listening, everyone.
Thanks. Bye for now.
Bye.